We have now arrived at Cape Coast Castle, Ghana's ex-slave port. You talk American as I get out. They said that the door of no return was actually much smaller than that in reality, and that the slaves had to bend down and crouch down to even get through the door, and it was made narrow on purpose. I think as a psychological submission tactic, but he didn't give any reasoning for that. But now the door is coined the door of return for the descendants of slaves that survived the gruesome genocidal journey and lifestyle that was slavery. And so they welcome the descendants of slaves back through that door, and they've recreated the door of no return to be a door of return that fits the sizes of human beings. The male holding cell where slaves were actually brought to die, and it's pitch black in there and sweltering hot. They brought the slave in there that was rebellious or whatever, and they would leave you in there in a group, and people would just die right next to you. And it was called the second door of no return, because once you went in there, you knew you weren't going to make it out. You were going to pass away. And next to the door, they have the African Genesis Institute, Genesis chapter 15, verses 13 through 14, that says, "We are the children of those who refuse to die." And it's interesting because it honors those who are descendants of survivors. It seems that slaves here are not seen as slaves or just Africans. They're looked at as, again, survivors of a traumatic event in history that marked history forever. And it was interesting looking at all these descendants' names, seeing the maiden name of some of my grandparents and the last names of many of those that I know. It almost made me want to cry. And I thought that I would cry coming here. That's probably what got me the closest, but I honestly think that I'm a little numb to it. I don't know if it's hit me yet. I don't know really what's going on, because I've just been moving through this sort of effortlessly when I thought I'd be like crying or going through something. But nevertheless, it is life-changing and amazing that I'm here